What's up guys, we're back today with a new video, and today it's going to be a brief little video to help you guys out choosing your next wheel setup. So basically I'm not going to really give you my opinion, because a lot of times when I went and asked about should you go for 16-inch wheels or 17, a lot of people just kind of give you their opinion. Like, next time go and ask somebody, do you think I should get 16s or 17s on my E30? And then whatever they tell you is going to be whatever they're running, and most likely they haven't ran the other size wheels. If you've had both 16 and 17, comment down below which ones you like more. But today I'm just giving you the pros and cons I've had with both, and hopefully that helps you choose your next set. So basically no one has really kind of discussed this thing, which it is something big, because when I got my E30 in the beginning, that was one thing I was struggling with, which was, should I go for 16-inch wheels or 17-inch wheels? And today I'm just going to give you pros and cons of each one, and hopefully that helps you out. So basically I'm going to have pictures inside the video showing you like the different wheels I've had on my car. But basically let's start it off. I'm going to start off 17, and then I'll do 16. I'm not really going to get into 15 because I feel like unless you're going for like an OEM plus look, no one really runs 15-inch wheels. So started off 17-inch wheels. Pros. There's not gonna be a lot, but it's like major factors kind of what I had. But pros for 17. Main pro is the wheels are bigger, so the car does sit a lot higher than having 16s. So you are gonna clear a lot of things. That's one pro. Because for example, I had 16s and I've had 17s, and then there's like small dips outside my house, and I didn't lower or lift my car after I swapped out the wheels, and now it scrapes whenever I go outside. But before with the 17s, it didn't really do that. So that's one pro, is the car does sit a bit higher. And then if you do have the car on coilovers, the second thing is you can lower it to a really good amount to where the fitment is just right, but the car isn't as low either. So you can have like a really nice fitment, and the car is gonna look like really nice, but at the same time you're not really causing any damage to your oil pan, which we all know is one major thing. Because having it lowered, you are risking cracking your oil pan. So with 17s, you are going for that low look, but you're kind of still having like a safe zone of basically ground clearance. So that's another pro of having 17s. Cons. I've had different sets of tires with 17s. Fatter tires, not as stretched. But one thing is always going to be the same. The ride quality will never be as good as 16s. So basically the ride quality is like, the tires aren't as big to absorb all the damage, and they are big, so basically every like small thing you hit on the road, you are gonna feel the damage of it. It's not gonna damage the car, but you are gonna like feel the bump in the car. So that's one thing. The ride quality is not the best, and if you're dailying the car, which I was dailying my E30 back in the day, since it didn't. So basically with that, keep it in mind if you are getting a daily, and if you don't mind it having like a harsh ride, because my coilovers are kind of soft and it still had a harsh ride. So if you have stiff coilovers and 17s, like, you're not gonna have the best ride. So basically that was one of the main things, the ride quality was horrible. Second thing, clearance. You're not gonna always clear. Like when I would turn the wheel all the way, it would always rub on the inside of the wheel barrel, because the wheels are a lot bigger and with the tire, so it's always gonna rub. But it depends on which set you have, because I did have 17x8 and I did have 17x8.5. So make sure you kind of do your own research and find out if your wheel sticks more in or out, because with the 17x8, which were the BBS style 5s, those didn't have any rubbing issues. But with my recent ones, which were ESMs, I used to have rubbing issues whenever I would turn the wheel. So do your own research on that and make sure you know what you're getting yourself into so it doesn't cost you money throughout the way. Basically, that was the main thing. Quick summary, your car is gonna, with pros of it, with 17, your car is gonna look a lot better. You're gonna have a lot more ground clearance. Personally, I like the way 17s look. So if you're going for like a stance look, I would go with 17s. If you don't have bags. If you have bags, go with 16s. But if you're going for like coilovers, I would go with 17 if you're going for like a stance kind of look wise. And then cons of it, obviously, ride quality is not great and rubbing issues. That's the main thing with 17s. There is other small things about it, but I'm just going for like the main factors. With 16, the ride quality is amazing. And I didn't know 16s were this great until one day I traded wheels with my friend. Shout out Javier for like a few days. So, and I kind of felt 16s. I was like, damn, like this is a whole nother level. So that's kind of why I ended up actually getting his wheels off of them. And I'll show you guys a picture of them. But basically, 16s ride quality is like top. It's like 17 will never get close to 16 ride quality because 16s, it's a smaller wheel. You could have bigger tires. It's gonna absorb more bumps. It's just a lot better ride quality. That's one thing. Two, if you're going for like a track look, I would go with 16 because like my new wheels, they are 16 by 8 in the front, 16 by 9 in the back, and it's a beefy freaking tire. So the car looks like it's about a like freaking track car or something. So it has a really nice like track look to it if you're going for 16s. And then kind of that's mainly the pros. Like what I really like about them is the ride quality, and you can't really take that away from it because that is like the major thing to me is like how it drives. It's like phenomenal because I don't know, it's just better ride quality. So cons, I didn't raise the car or lower it when I swapped out my wheels, but what I've noticed is the car does sit a lot lower with 16s, even if you have like a fattier tire. And because of that, you are gonna always have to be careful with your like skid plate and ground clearance because you don't really want to hit something and crack your oil pan, which to me, I cracked my oil pan with a racing skid plate on, which I'll probably gonna have a more in-depth video about that later on, and like skid plate wise and should you get one, should you not, because I've actually had people tell me like, oh, that's the dumbest thing you could do, which I don't know. So basically I'll get more into that. Back to the 16s. Cons, ground clearance. And that's a major thing because if you do crack your oil pan, that's an expensive fix. So ground clearance was my main issue with it. Other than that, like that's my main issues was what's wrong with me? Main issues with 16 was for me were ground clearance because a lot of dips and such. Now I have to like kind of go sideways with it because it doesn't clear, or I always scrape my front lip, which that's one like my main issue. So kind of it's all up to you if you want to go with 16 or 17. I say if you're going looks wise and don't care about ride quality, go for 17. But if you want a better ride quality, if you want to hit the canyons, if you want to take it to the track, I would go with 16. You could even go with 17 for track look if you get like Apex wheels or something light. But at the end of the day, it all depends on you. These are my main like pros and cons. So basically, take it in, and then hopefully this video helps you figure out which wheels you want to get. And then if you've had both sets of wheels, comment down below which one you like better, and then what tire setup and everything you're running. And basically, if you guys like this type of video where I'm explaining stuff, let me know because I've had a lot of experiences with my E30. So if you want to know more things about like, do they break down a lot or this or that, let me know and I'd love to make another video explaining everything more in depth. Last thing I want to mention, guys, before I go off, basically I don't have the Eurostatics Instagram account anymore because I don't really use it and I've lost the password to it. So basically, if you want to hit me up on Instagram, if you have any questions or anything, or you want to add me on Instagram, I'm have my Instagram name at the bottom, so follow me on Instagram. That is my personal Instagram. If you have any questions, hit me up on there. If you want like a faster response, or comment down below on YouTube, whatever you like. Have a good day, guys. See ya.